Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and we are diving into this coffee themed How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. I am really excited about it. There's a lot of different collections and stuff from my stash that are all thrown together in this one kit. And I feel like I'm always trying to do a kit like this and can never make a kit from my stash. So this being my first one, I'm just very proud of it. So I'm starting with some of this. I think this is Prima Marketing paper, I'm pretty sure. And then a little bit of the Cosmopolitan paper pad with this rose gold globe print. And I'm really trying to combine these very shiny rose gold metallics with the dingy texture of the paper bag to go with this coffee theme. I feel like it's really appropriate too because this page is documenting one of my horsemanship classes where we had to get up really early in the morning and be out at the horse barn and do these different labs. So all of these photos are from different days, but for the same class, and I just wanted to document them all together. And I felt like the coffee theme for this month, even though we didn't have to be literal with it, I do want to kind of incorporate it for college. That way I'm drinking a lot of coffee in college. It goes, I can get coffee cups on these random layouts and it'll work. So I'm using my Distress Oxide and Ground Espresso to ink everything. I matted all of these photos in that globe paper, and then I'm going to mat them all together on a pink and white polka dot paper as a little collage, pretty much. When I have 4 photos like this, I really like to set them up either in a pinwheel formation or like I did here where there's a collage and there's an empty square in the middle. And then I'll just use that empty square in the middle as an embellishment area. So that's my plan going into this. I'm just going to go ahead and ink the background. I have my initial mat down. And then I definitely want to pull in some of the more textural elements. This is a very experimental page for me. So I'm just having fun and just trying to use a lot of different things for my stash that I usually do not mix together. So I'm just going for it to experiment and see what I like. Here's that black and white polka dot that's been in my stash forever. I don't even know what collection it's from, but I don't have anything else that it goes with. But I figured it's pink and white. We're pulling in the pinks and the rose gold on this page. It'll work. So I'm making just a square block. I'm going to ink this as well in the ground espresso. And then all 4 of my photos will be matted on this. And then I'll start building that embellishment cluster that's going to go in the middle, which I had a lot of fun with. I kind of already had some embellishments from the Prima Marketing rose quartz. I had this feather that I already fussy cut and popped up on foam. There's this little coffee break embellishment that I thought was really cute. And I was playing around with this collection before I started this page with my little coffee cup die set. And I made a little to-go coffee cup with my die that I'll end up using on this page. But I had made that ahead of time because I was just playing around with the different pieces, which ended up working well. So this is the formation I was talking about when I like to do this collage. I'm going to mat this whole collage on that big paper bag. So you get that kind of texture and that brown. It clashes with the rose gold and I kind of dig it. I like it. It's weird. It's not something I normally do, but I'm just going to roll with it. I think it goes with the dirtiness of the barn. And we're just going to play with the different textures on this one. So some of it might clash. Some of it might look cool. I don't know. We're going to just find out together. I'm also inking this brown paper bag. I really want the kind of zigzag texture along the top to stand out. So you can see I'm just inking both of those edges so you really get that texture. I think it adds a lot of depth and interest on the page, especially because there's not a whole lot of room to embellish on this one. This is a very photo heavy layout. So the little details I can add, I want to make sure you can see. So for this middle section, I'm using this scrap of this white and rose gold heart print. I have a scrap of marble paper from, I'm pretty sure that's also from the Rose Quartz collection. I'm going to make a tag. When I went to Tuesday mornings the other day, I found a crocodile. I've always seen people use these, and I keep telling myself I need to get one because I have a lot of eyelets and no tools to use the eyelets with. And this is a very handy little tool because we used to have to use the little, I don't even know what you call them, we used to have to hammer the eyelets in, and now this little tool kind of just does it for you. It's kind of like a hole punch that also places eyelets. So this is the first time I've used it, and it came with a couple different colors, so I just decided to use white. But I think it looks so nice. I'm so excited about having one of these now. So I just did a white eyelet in my tag. I'm inking this as well in the brown. I'm going to end up trimming a little bit off that's going to be tucked behind a photo and using that scrap somewhere else on the page. But I decided to cover up this gap in the middle with this tag and then just embellish on the tag as my little focal point for the page. I'm pulling in some of that fuzzy white trim from Felicity Jane's grab bag, and here's that feather from the Rose Quartz collection. And to the side, I've had this frame forever, and I just decided to use it. It's a glittery pink little frame. It's so cute, and I've just never used it, and I felt like, why not on this page? We're doing pink, we're doing metallic, it'll go. So I basically matted this pink frame in that heart paper. I'm layering that and this feather that's popped up on some foam over this tag. And then I'm going to try to get those little coffee elements on here. So I'm gluing my little to-go coffee cup together with all the little die pieces I had pre-cut out. You can't really tell because it's such a small scale, but the cup of the coffee is actually the same marble print as the tag. And then I just used some plain white scraps to do the cup top and the like hand grip part. So I think it looks really cute. And then I'm also using this little coffee break section die cut. So I think that looks adorable. I'm going to ink the coffee cup as well as the coffee break piece, and those will get layered up pretty much how they are. And then I also need to put the twine on the tag, so a ton of different textures going on, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it's fun. This is just like it's not my favorite page I've ever done, but just like the process was so fun mixing all these different elements. So I had fun making this one. I think you guys will understand. I'm gonna go ahead and glue some of this stuff down. I'm gonna get my frame down. I do pop part of the coffee cup up on some foam as well, just because it's gonna overlap a part of the feather and I want it to lay flat, and the feathers popped up on some foam. So I'm gonna do that really quick just so it all lays flat. And then this middle section I think is almost done. There's a coffee cup and there's a coffee break. I just love this little cluster. It's so cute. I thought about using my plain like raw twine to thread the tag through, which I definitely could have done. I think it would have played off of the paper bag great. I was just too excited to use this fuzzy trim, so that's the only reason I went with it. I think it would have made more sense using the brown twine to tie that brown in, but I had to use the fuzzy twine, the fuzzy trim. So I am going to gut the back of this. I have so much paper to use this month, you guys. There's no way I'm killing this kit as much as I may try. I started out with so much for my stash because I got excited about this challenge. But I really like this paper and I wanted to gut it anyways in case I wanted to use that as a layer on another layout. So we'll see if I use that later this month. But I'm going to back that giant hole in a scrap piece of black, and then I will start gluing down my layers. But now that the middle section is done, I kind of just need to focus on one, maybe two little accessory clusters. I'm thinking I might do a diagonal thing where I have something in the lower left corner and the upper right corner. So the embellishment kind of creates that diagonal look. But I just need to go through my stash and kind of figure out what I want to do with that. I think because I have the rose gold metallic on this one, I really want to pull in some rose gold pieces from my stash because I don't use it a lot. I really like rose gold, but I don't like mixing metals. So there's not often a time where I can just really go in with all rose gold stuff, but it's happening on this one. So I'm taking that scrap of that marble paper from the tag that I made. I'm trimming that into a fishtail banner, and that will be the base for the lower left-hand cluster. I'm going to go ahead and ink that. And then I also have a little like craft half of a ticket scrap that's been in my stash for a really long time. So I decided to pull that down into that corner too, just to play off of the paper bag texture. So I'm also inking that, and then that'll layer that up next to that banner, just so I get both of those textures down there too. I liked it on the bottom here. For some reason, I decided to move it up to the top part of the fishtail banner. I don't really know why, but I think it looks fine either way. I'm just going to layer it up there. I think I wanted the piece that came out farther to be the lower element. And I thought about layering this little vellum white star down there, but I found a rose gold paperclip star. So I decided to use that one down there and put the vellum star in the upper right-hand corner. And then I remembered my mom had given me some tags that had some rose gold on them. So I'm throwing those into my kit as well. But I'm going to use one of them that was a marbly print and put it up there by the vellum star. So I like how that ties in some more marble elements. It has the pink and the gray. I thought that was a perfect little embellishment that looks like it was made for this kit. And then there's a little normal rose gold paperclip I'm going to have up there by the star just to tie into the star paperclip on the bottom. So I'm getting all my little clusters down. I am just globbing a little bit of Tombow Mono multi-glue on the back side of the paperclips just so they don't shift at any point. I don't like paperclips, even though I'm sure they would just stay where you put them. The fact that they're not secure with glue or something freaks me out sometimes. So I just glued a little bit on the back. And then here's some epoxy shapes from, what collection is that from? It's from, I have it next to me. Pink Paisley's Auburn Lane. That's also where the rose gold paperclip came from. But I'm just using their rose gold hearts and the pink hearts as embellishment in a couple areas. And then I also remembered I had some rose gold tile alphas. So I decided to use that as my title and for my journaling. So down the side, I'm just going to say early morning class. I think that will help tie in the coffee because I need coffee before these early morning classes. But I'm also going to label the horse in each of the photos. So this is for one of my horse production classes. We had to learn anatomy and all that kind of stuff. So these were all different days where we had to paint the horses or label the horses with the different anatomy. So I wanted to make sure I remembered all the horses' names. So I'm going to just put the names of the horses in each photo. So the mare on the upper left, her name is Leona. She's a very sweet girl. Noah, the bottom left, also very sweet. Paco to the right, he took our notebook and was just holding it in his mouth. I've never seen a horse do that. He was like acting like a dog. It was so funny. I wanted to document that one too. And then the mare on the upper right-hand corner, her name is Belle, and she's a feisty lady, but she did very good for us today. I had to ride her in one of our riding classes, and she was like terrified of the garage door that was on the side of the barn. So I ended up switching horses because she was so distracted with that, and I was having to work with her so long on not being scared of the garage door that I was like missing parts of the lesson class. So there was an extra horse I ended up just switching to, but that's Belle. You've probably seen her before in that scrapbook process video, whenever that was. But I think I almost have all the names down, and then I'm pretty sure I'm done after that. So this was a pretty quick one. It was just fun playing with the different types of embellishments and the different textures. I'm interested to see what comes out of this month, which is such a wide variety of things to use. But I like the minimal color palette. I think it'll make it easier for me to mix stuff. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.